So hello, good morning and welcome. I am Nancy Sawyer. This is the Life Coach University 365 Pay It Forward Talk. I am the coach of the month for November. And that means that I'm here with you every Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. to share with you some thoughts and talk about some topics related to midlife mastery. So this is a pay it forward. Life Coach University offers everything for free with the ask that you pay it forward in some way in your day today. Just give a smile for someone, maybe show up better for work, bring some flowers home, whatever works for you. How can you put a smile on someone else's face today? So I focus on helping people to master midlife, which in many ways really means beginning to live intentionally, paying attention to how you're living, what you're doing each day, becoming the star of your own movie instead of an extra in everyone else's. Again, I'm here with you every Monday through Friday through November at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So I hope that you'll join me. There is a Q&A. So if you have questions, comments that you want to add, please put them in the Q&A and I will check that towards the end of my talk and see if there are any questions that I can answer for you. All right, so let's get started. I'm really excited for today. Today is day 7. We are going to talk about reverse engineering your feelings. This is going to be a good one, so stick with me. Remember how yesterday we talked about future you? We talked about some characteristics that you might want to develop in yourself. So as you think about your life and how you want to go through each day, as you think about that person you want to be in the future, what that person is experiencing, I'm guessing that you may want to feel pretty good, right? Actually, think about it. How do you want to feel every day? My intentional living course addresses this question. And actually, I asked this question in my intentional living group on Facebook last night. So I have some examples for you that are coming up in just a minute. Let's talk about feelings and emotions. Sometimes these come up based on thoughts we have or based on things we experience. If you think about it, feelings are often a reaction. They are the result of an experience or something that happens or something that has happened recently. If we think of feelings as a result of something, and we know that we want to feel a certain way, then we can actually reverse engineer our feelings. And to a certain extent, we can create our experience. So another way to say it is, if we are seeking to master midlife and create a happier, more fulfilled experience for life for ourselves, we can reverse engineer it. We can be intentional with what we choose to do so that we can achieve the results we want. So I know when I talk about achieving results, you may begin to start thinking about, winning a game or goals for work or achievements or promotions, or to be the best at something. But stay with me here. We can achieve feelings we want by doing certain things. I'm going to give you an example. For me, one of the things I want to feel is accomplished. And I know from experience that after I run a long distance, for me, that's 6 miles or more, I feel pretty accomplished. I feel like a rock star after I do that. So what I know is that if I want to feel accomplished and feel like a rock star, and I want to create that feeling for myself, I can go for a long run. I know that when it's done, I'm going to feel awesome. And don't get me wrong, I'll also feel tired and my legs might hurt and I want to rest. I might be thirsty, but I also feel like a rock star. So I know that I can create that feeling by doing that activity. So as we think about reverse engineering your feelings, this is how we're going to do it. We start with the first step, which is taking some time to think about how you want to feel every day. What is coming up for you? Do you want to feel excited, eager, safe, stable, loved? So again, I told you that I asked this in my Facebook group, and these, I'm just going to read you a list of some of the answers I got. Productive, appreciated, at peace with myself, content, grateful, fully present, valued, energetic, enthusiastic, rested, curious, joyful, fulfilled, loved, peaceful. So this is just a sampling of the results I got when I asked this question. So as we look at these, what we want to do is we want to choose the ones that we can reverse engineer. So you may have a list of 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 feelings that you want to feel, okay? If on that list is something that we get from others, there are some words that I just read to you, words like valued, loved, appreciated. We can't really reverse engineer that one because that is on others. Those are feelings that we get from the actions or words of people outside of us, okay? They're generated from an outside force. So that one is out of our control. Of course, we can help it along by honestly sharing with those around us and who we're close to, what we want and need. So we can influence that somewhat, but we can't control it. Excuse me. So that's why in the coaching space, I work with clients to focus on what we can control. Once we begin to put our attention there, focusing on ourselves and what we can control, oftentimes other things fall more into place. When you're doing this and controlling what you can, you are being a model for others. And make no mistake, other people are watching. They are paying attention. So when you put yourself first and show up for yourself in a way that helps you to thrive, not only are you helping yourself, but you're also setting a great example for everyone around you. So again, as we go through how to reverse engineer our feelings, number one, we want to identify the feelings that we want to feel so that we can live the life we want. And then number two, once we've identified which one of these we can actually reverse engineer. So from the list that I just read, words such as productive, at peace, content, grateful, present, energetic, enthusiastic. There are probably some more on there as well. But we want to pick out the ones that actually are a result of something we can do ourselves. So take a minute to think about what activities result in the feelings you want. What are the activities that you can do that will result in you feeling that feeling that you're seeking? So it doesn't have to be a big thing. For example, if you want to feel relaxed, you might be thinking, well, I have to go on vacation for a week in order to feel relaxed. But is that true? Is there something you can integrate into your day-to-day life or into today that will give you a feeling of being relaxed? Maybe it's taking 15 minutes to turn off the news and go for a walk up the street. Maybe it's skipping the lunch break with the complaining coworkers and instead going for a hike in the woods during your lunch break, right? What is it that you can do that will give you that feeling that you're seeking? Think about the options that you do have. One of the things, I tell this story a lot, that seems kind of silly, but for me, I want to feel calm and relaxed and in control. And for me, that means having a neat and organized home. When things are out of place in my home, I get a little frantic. I don't feel at peace. I've identified this for myself over several years. And so now I know one of the things that will help me to feel at peace is by having my house clean and organized. So I will actually spend time organizing a room or cleaning, knowing that that will give me the feeling that I'm seeking. You see, I used to think of it as a chore. Oh, I have to clean the house, I have to get organized. Now I think of it as a gift to myself because I know how good I'm going to feel afterwards. I'll be able to be at peace. I'll be able to really focus on what I need to focus on. So I want you to think about that. What things in your life can you do or integrate that are going to result in a feeling that you want to have? And you are going to have to experiment. You might have to try some new things. Remember, as we've talked in the prior days here, what we want to do is step back and become an observer of yourself. When you're feeling great and everything is good, think about what happened just before that. What happened? What experience did you have? What did you do? So life is a grand experiment. I want you to keep trying new things. See what does make you feel great, and how can you do more of that? How can you integrate it into your life in small ways? Again, as I say almost every day, we don't want to seek big changes. Subtle shifts is what we're going for. Small little steps each day that get you closer to living the life you want, closer to future you, being intentional with your choices. So I want to pivot for a moment. This also comes to play in our decision making, which is a whole other topic, but I'm just going to share briefly how it relates here. So when you are making a decision, whether it's what to do this weekend, whether to stay late at work, whether to go to that event or stay home, what to have for dinner even, whether to have that second glass of wine, whether to go out on that date versus staying home to clean your closet. Consider how you will feel afterwards, after that activity is done. Which choice will have you feeling the way you want to feel? This is important, especially because oftentimes we're people pleasers and we do things for others. Sometimes we take on too much. Sometimes we go to that meeting and we come back and we're exhausted and resentful. So think very for a bit about how you want to feel and how can you get that desired result. Which choice is going to be better for you? Which choice will add to the life you are building, that you are creating? And again, remember in day 6, when we talked about future you, how does that future you feel on a day-to-day basis? What can you do right now to begin living that way? Which choice is going to elicit the feelings you want to feel? Okay, so as we wrap up on reverse engineering your feelings, I want to remind you that you have power. You have so much power. Oftentimes we wait for things to fall into place. We wait for life to be okay and for everything to fall in place, but we don't have to wait for everything. We can take control. We can make choices that serve us. We can help ourselves to live the lives that we want. So I ask you to think about something today that you can do to reverse engineer something. What can you do that's going to give you the feeling that you want? I want you to have fun with this. I want you to experiment with it. And I would love for you to connect with me and let me know how you do. So you can find me at nancybsawyer.com. Nancy@nancybsawyer.com is my email. I am on Instagram at Mama of Reinvention. Tomorrow for day 8, we're going to talk about acceptance. And I just want to wrap up by saying this is Life Coach University and the 365 Pay It Forward talk. This is a reminder to pay it forward. Maybe pay it forward to yourself by taking time to try something new and see if you can reverse engineer a feeling for you. I will see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Oh, hold on before I leave. Excuse me, there might be one question. Okay, it says, this really makes sense. I usually think self-help stuff is all woo-woo, but you make it very sensible. Thank you. Oh, that's nice to hear. yeah, we're not taught to do this. And sometimes it does seem a little out there, but we actually have a lot of power. We oftentimes spend our lives on autopilot, just kind of reacting to everything that life throws out at us. But we actually have a lot more control than we think. And when we step up and realize that, it opens up a whole new world. I also want to mention to you, excuse me, it's, if you think of like when you were in school, high school or elementary school, any type of school, sometimes teachers we connect with, right? There are some teachers who are boring, who we don't enjoy, and then there are others who really light us up. And what I want to tell you is a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching here, it's not brand new stuff. It's stuff you already know. Excuse me, but I'm saying it in kind of a different way. And that's the thing about coaches. If you go on lifecoachuniversity.com and you look at all the different coaches and all the different talks and offerings that are there are so many incredible people. But here's the thing. When, what is that quote? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So we have to find the right person to connect with to help us move forward, that we're ready to receive the information. So I invite you to go on lifecoachuniversity.com and listen to some of those talks and find a coach that's on there who you really resonate with, who you like their vibe, who you like the way they speak and what they're talking about. Because when we can connect with someone like that, then our opportunity for growth is even greater. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you all coming today, and I will see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Have a great day.